Man, you ever have one of those nights where the rain's pounding Seattle like it's trying to wash the whole city away, and you're just a kid, 12 years old, barefoot and soaked to the bone, sprinting through the manicured lawns of Willow Creek Estates? That's how it hit me. Wait, no, that's Alex's story, but hell, it feels like mine every time I think back on it. Picture this. Little Alex bursts into that stuffy HOA meeting room, all fluorescent lights and fake smiles, grabs the agenda right out of Harlan Baxter's manicured, hands the guys the kingpin chairman, silver hair slicked back, suit worth more than a year's rent in the slums, and yells, "You're poisoning us. Stop the vote. You're killing the neighborhood." The room freezes, coffee cups mid-sip, those pearl-clutching busybodies staring like he's some feral cat that wandered in from the alley. Harlan laughs. This sharp, oily bark kid who let the stray in. Security. But Alex doesn't flinch, his eyes locked on that faded community garden map pinned to the wall, the one spot of green in this concrete jungle where folks like his mom used to grow tomatoes before the rents hiked and the eviction started. See, Alex wasn't just some wild kid mouthing off. He carried this beat-up binder, pages yellowed from library dumpsters behind the community center, stuffed with soil reports and EPA regs he'd memorized like Bible verses. It all traced back to his sister, Sarah, 9 years old, when she got sick, lungs filling up with that weird cough that the free clinic docs waved off as just allergies from the construction dust. Harlan's big development push, turning Willow Creek's old mill site into luxury condos. But nobody asked about the toxins leaching into the groundwater from those rusted tanks buried decades ago. Sarah's episodes started small, raspy breaths after playing in the garden, eyes glazing like she was locked in her own body, too weak to even whisper for help. Alex saw it, begged the adults. But who listens to a foster kid with dirt under his nails? Teen drama, they said, or overactive imagination. By the time she flatlined in that ER bed, coroner chalked it up to unexplained respiratory failure, another ghost in the system. That night, under the I-5 overpass with his cardboard fort leaking, Alex stole those reports, vowing he'd never let the powerful bury the truth again. For 3 years, he'd been the shadow sleuth of Seattle's underbelly, whispering warnings to evicted families about Harlan's shell companies flipping properties, saving a playground here, a food bank there, all while Harlan's crew labeled him a nuisance, a vagrant agitator trespassing on private improvements. And now, in that meeting, with Emily's mom, poor Lisa, single and scraping by, her girl's garden plot the last thing keeping her sane standing frozen as guards close in, Alex unleashes it. "You think we're blind, Harlan? Your upgrade vote tonight? It's dumping arsenic straight into our taps. Look at the well logs from 22. The ones your board buried because they tanked property values." Harlan's face twists, that fake charm cracking into a sneer. "Son, you wouldn't know science if it bit you. We've got engineers, real ones, from Stanford no less, signing off on this." But Alex flips open his binder, jabbing at the graphs he'd sketched by flashlight. "Your engineers missed the pH spikes, the ones that bind the heavy metals right to the root. Sarah didn't die from allergies. She died from your greed. And Emily's plot? It's next, her whole block poisoned slow like my sister." The room erupts, gasps, whispers turning to shouts. Lisa's stepping forward with that mama bear fire. "Let him speak, or I walk out and call the press." Harlan lunges for the binder, but Alex dodges, voice steady as steel despite the tremor in his hands. "Test it yourself. Dig up the soil from plot 17. Watch the readings climb. Or keep lying. Keep building your empire on our graves." The next hours? Pure chaos. Man, like a slow-burn thriller where the underdogs got the receipts. Harlan's team scrambles, pulling strings for emergency essays. But Alex is there, perched on a folding chair like he owns the place, coaching the skeptical neighbor, old Mr. Ruiz, the retired chem prof who'd lost his wife to the same mystery illness through the fieldwork. They core the earth under moonlight, and bam, the meter beeps red. Arsenic levels triple the safe limit. Leach from Harlan's forgotten cleanup waiver he'd bought off a crooked councilman years back, all to protect his land flips from dipping in value. Harlan corners Alex in the hall later, voice low and venomous. "You think you're a hero, kid? This neighborhood's mine. I built it from mud and pests like you. We fumigate." Alex just stares him down, that quiet fury bubbling. You built it on bodies, Harlan Sarah's, and now you're fumigating kids like Emily who just want to grow something real. By dawn, the vote's scrapped, cops hauling Harlan out in cuffs for the falsified docs, his empire crumbling as neighbors who'd kissed his ring now spill years of grudges evictions for speaking up, bribes to silence the sick. But here's the gut punch that still keeps me up. Willow Creek didn't just win a battle, they flipped the script. Now there's the Alex Ledger Protocol, mandating outsider audits for every HOA scheme, turning binders into bylaws. Alex got a scholarship to that community college, still haunts the overpasses helping the forgotten, but Harlan's rotting in county, muttering about entitled brats ruining progress. Was it justice, or just trading one bully for a committee? Hell if I know makes you wonder, in your own neck of the woods, who's really poisoning the well, and who do you trust to call it out? Drop your take below. What's the biggest scam in your community, and would you risk it all like Alex? Hit like if this fired you up, subscribe for more real talk reckonings, and share if you've got a story that needs air. Let's keep the conversation alive.